30-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cowboys. David Johnson with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. A strong run. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
4 down. Check.
Second down, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. On second down, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. To throw, Mayfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Check, 24. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield off the play fake. Flushed out right. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 on the last play, 19 more here at another 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score. And the Bears are in for 6. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet inbound.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal Get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action. Mayfield rolling to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
We got three, fellas. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Fine. Push him back.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And out now come the Cowboys. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. On the option, it's given to the first man, and that's Sherman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll run with Taylor. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him playing very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Mayfield on play action. They'll roll him out right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Throwing, Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Back 55, back 55.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now this time he'll look to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So you had to figure that sooner or later someone was going to top Matt Prater's record of 64, and officially this one will go in the record books at 65.
You saw him lining up for this, and you just thought to yourself, you know, he couldn't make this. And sure enough, to be here to see it, that's pretty darn awesome.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So
it does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, Mayfield found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is where, you know, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, you know, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Undercrush. Undercrush. Undercrush.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Tight right. Hey. You got three.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you can probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. David Johnson with touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
We got three down. All right, here we go. Green 39. Hey, hot! Check 24.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now let's go. 3-19. Hot. Right there in the middle. 55.
2nd down, Mayfield. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Strong left. Here we go now.
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here's Matt Hawk now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. He's back to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Back to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Hey, you've got your 1st down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes changes the course of things, but a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for Chicago, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Dallas, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.